Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with the second half of the George Lloyd Symphony cycle. The first half, it's a cycle. The first half had symphonies 1 through 6. So now we have numbers 7 through 12 on 4 CDs on Lyrita. Oh, this is wonderful stuff. The performances are legendary. They all appeared on the Albany label originally, at least for the most part. And we've got, let's see, the BBC Philharmonic, the Philharmonia Orchestra, and the Albany Symphony Orchestra, all conducted by the composer in authoritative performances. And this is such beautiful music. I don't need to tell you. You know, we're doing all of these symphonies as part of our fabulous concert program series, where I will be demonstrating in eloquent detail how it's possible to program them on normal symphonic concerts, which will create much more of an audience for this excellent and neglected composer. And they sound gorgeous, and I'll be playing sound clips, and we're going to have a grand old time. We just started this series, so that series we're up to Symphony number 3. So we've got quite a bit of work to do. But here we have numbers 7 through 12. Now, 7 has a nickname, Proserpina, in Italian or whatever. You know, she's like, has something to do with Earth, you know, in Greek mythology. You'll tell me what it is. I know, don't tell me what it is. I don't care. It's about nature and like renovations and things like that. And it's wonderful. It's beautiful, terrific music. Wasn't she like related to like didn't she have to marry Pluto or something like that? And she became like the queen of Hades or something. Oh, what the hell? Let's look it up. Why don't we? Wait a minute. Because I used to be so good with Greek mythology. And let's see. Proserpina is an ancient Roman goddess. Yeah, okay, fine. With those of the Greek Persephone. Yeah, she's Persephone. Exactly. I got it. So yeah, I got it right. She wound up like in hell, right? Oh, good Lord. This Wikipedia article is endless. Okay, myths. There we go. The best known myth is her abduction by the god of the underworld. There we go. Her mother's series frantic search for her and her eventual but temporary restitution to the world above. Okay, fine. Yeah, that's the deal. All right, fine. That's where she is. We know that. Thank you. Does that have anything to do with how the music sounds? Well, no, it doesn't. I mean, it was an inspiration for Lloyd, and the music is gorgeous, and the symphony ends quietly, which is quite interesting. It got quite a bit of cachet for a little bit because Nimi Yarvi conducted it with the Chicago Symphony, and it was a major George Lloyd performance. What was it? I don't know, 20, 30 years ago, who knows? But it's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So you'll love it. Symphony number 9, which is the other one on disc 1 here, is remember how Shostakovich wrote sort of a lighter-hearted symphony? Because, he didn't want his ninth to be too, 9 is like a serious number in symphony world. So Shostakovich wrote a shorter symphony. Well, so did George Lloyd. It's quite similar. And actually, it's incredibly colorful and fun to listen to. And the finale pays homage to Beethoven's 5th, actually. It's kind of fascinating, the opening tune. But it's full of humor and high spirits. It's delicious. And it's only 28 minutes long. The 7th is 50. It's a big work. All of these late symphonies are really masterpieces. The guy just knew how to churn them out at this point in his life. Symphony number 8 was the symphony that got the George Lloyd revival going when Edward Downes played it and later recorded it for Lyrita. Oh my goodness, what a splendid work that is. It's a big, beefy, 45-minute, juicy. I mean, if you like your Shostakovich symphonies or Prokofiev symphonies, you're going to love this. It's right up that alley. It's romantic and expressive and fun to listen to and full of incredibly catchy ideas. I could hum them all. Next, Symphony number 10, subtitled November Journeys. Now, this is a half-hour-long symphony for brass, only for brass. Lloyd was a fabulous orchestrator, and he's particularly adept at scoring effectively for brass instruments. And so that's really a fun piece to listen to. And if you're a brass person, listen to Symphony number 10. You are really going to love it. Disc 3 is Symphony number 11, which is Lloyd's grand statement. It's an hour long, full hour long, and 5 movements with a big orchestra and lots of percussion with big, healthy swats on the tam-tam at the end and the triumphant screaming finale and just the kind of thing that, modern composers, who are aesthetically, politically correct in the first half of the 20th century would have hated, just despised, because it's so immediately enjoyable and approachable and has this marvelous big tune at the end. Ya da 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 ba da 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 ba da da. Oh my God. I mean, it's shameless, just shamelessly listenable. It's fantastic, but so well done. And then disc 4 has Symphony Number 12, which is a big work too. It's 40 minutes long. It ends. It's the glowing autumnal farewell to George Lloyd's symphonies. It ends calmly and quietly with big glowing chords on the full orchestra. It's quite beautiful. And this is coupled with his suite from the Serf, conducted by David Allan Miller. George Lloyd put these suites together, and really at the very, very end of his life, I believe it was. He did suites from a bunch of his operas, and they are really charming and delightful and fun to listen to, like everything he wrote. So if you have not heard George Lloyd Symphonies numbers 7 through 12, plus the Serf suite, well, go for it, for heaven's sake. What are you waiting for? Or just stay tuned to this channel and you'll hear bits of all of them as we include them in fabulous concert programs. So stay tuned. We're going to be spending some time with Lloyd because this guy really deserves the attention. He really does. And he was neglected for so long and treated so shabbily by the musical establishment. And I just think that, he deserves not only a reprieve, a restoration of his reputation, even if it comes posthumously, but good music is good music, and good listenable music is not so easy to come by. And composers who really know how to write tunes, really know how to write tunes and use them effectively in a symphonic context, are not exactly a dime a dozen. And we owe it to ourselves then to give them the recognition that I think the music warrants. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks so much for joining me, and take care.